about actually no before this we go to break. I want to bring this up, and I don't mean to spring this on you, but this whole thing that we kind of talked about what was it last night, this high school level story where you don't really see things like this particularly often, but it was a story that was officially announced by the OHSAA yesterday. There is a team now that has been removed from the girls basketball tournament due to, from what it seems, their second infraction when it comes to recruiting this season. Toledo Central Catholic has been removed from the Division II District 3 tournament, despite being the top seed at 22-2 on the year. And Napoleon, who Central Catholic beat in the tournament, will they basically get resurrected, and they will play in the district tournament semifinal game on Thursday against Oak Arbor at White House Anthony Wayne. I mean, it's such a fascinating story where you see a team in tournament get replaced. I mean, we've seen teams in the past, like Afrocentric, win the state championship and then have their record expunged due to infractions. I believe there was another school, Harvest Prep, who had that a couple years ago after losing to Highland in the championship game. But I've never seen a situation like this, at least not one in a long time, where a team gets knocked out in the tournament, not due to what happens on the court, but what happens off.
Yeah, Mitch, you want to talk about a whirlwind of emotions, specifically for Napoleon. This is a team, Mitch, that probably shed some tears after their loss to Toledo Central Catholic, and they thought their season was over. And meanwhile, the top seeded TCC team thought they were moving on. And here now they are removed by the OHSAA, and Napoleon is reinstated because of this recruiting violation. I have that you we're kind of talking about it back and forth. There is a report out there now. I'm not going to sit here and read the report. I will let the viewers and listeners do it themselves out there. But Toledo Central Catholic did finally cooperate with, launched an investigation and found out Toledo Central Catholic made a recruiting violation, talking to a student athlete that had not yet enrolled to the school. It was at what this report says now, the third bylaw infraction by the school this year, which is why they were removed from the postseason. We have a coach now who is not with the team. They also apparently will be ineligible for postseason play moving forward for the next 2 seasons. This is just something we're not used to, something we don't see. And unfortunately, it's come to light here. And what's really unfortunate, Mitch, is these coaches, obviously we know private schools can recruit and public schools cannot. It's more heartbreaking to me, or for me, in my opinion, because the girls are the ones that suffer here the most. A team with these talented players worked hard regular to get this number 1 overall seed that was looking to make a deep tournament run is done because of miscues and errors by the coaching staff. And to me, that is what is really unfortunate, is you have actual student athletes here who have their season ending a lot earlier than anticipated because of something that was out of their control. It's going to be something to keep an eye on. Obviously, I'm not going to speculate, but you always hear rumors of other teams doing things like this, but this team got caught. They have a number of things they have to do now. And unfortunately for those girls, for Toledo Central Catholic, their season ended abruptly and very much sooner than anticipated. And for Napoleon, like I mentioned, this is a team that I'm imagining, Mitch, had some seniors and other players shed tears after their loss to Toledo Central Catholic, and then probably gets a call within 2-3 days saying, hey, by the way, you're back in the tournament. Tell your student athletes to get back in the gym and start practicing. And here's who you're playing now. So it's very odd. It's something we're not familiar with, but this is a big story that I believe is probably going to get more steam heading throughout the rest of the postseason, especially if Napoleon is able to spring an upset now in the district championship game over Oak Harbor on Thursday night. This is a very big story and something we're going to have to keep an eye on.
I should have to correct myself too. This is the third recruiting bylaw infraction that the OHSAA has learned about this school year by TCC. They were publicly recommend among the sanctions to Central Catholic. They were publicly reprimanded for their second girls basketball program violation of this nature. The assistant coach was prohibited from coaching during this upcoming girls basketball tournament. The school was required to conduct a recruiting seminar led by an OHSAA compliant staff member for all head coaches and any personnel deemed appropriate. The school was fined $2,500, and Toledo Central Catholic's girls program was placed on probation through the 2024-25 school year. So you have this season, you have 23-24, and then the year after that, and then you're off probation. So it's a tough blow for a program that seemed to be having some very good success this season, but unfortunately it will be some time before they will be fully clear of these sanctions.